Yes, Kaiju Paradise does indeed have lore, despite the game that it is on the surface just seeming to be about, becoming a furry and fighting them off. However, really looking into it, something becomes apparent. When looking at Shork's bestiary entry, it says the most common of the aquatic test failures. Failures obviously meaning that they're Shorks, like Lemon Shork and Bloxer. But when it says failures, that probably means that, that's how the Gootraxians started. A failure probably in Laminac's lab. And it obviously becomes apparent that, think about it, that's totally the case. Think about it, how else would anthropomorphic animals be made other than wearing fursuits? I mean, obviously they had to be made by some sort of failure or purposely. Probably they're hostile because of some failure while being made if they were made purposely. I mean, I think that makes some sense. I don't know. But moving on to the next photo. Yeah, this is from Carneline's Space Theory. I don't really have much to say about it other than that it's kind of interesting, like the fact that Carneline has like magnetic properties. I mean, how would you do that? Why would you do that? Like on purpose? I don't understand. Anyway. In Toxic Rabbit Bestiary, it says that they emit some sort of thing that isn't like goo, that hurts your eyes and stuff. So this means that most Gootraxians may not have goo substances in them, but they might in fact have also solid stuff, like maybe our cartilage, like our fingernails and stuff. Like, especially when looking at Panther's claw attack, if he hits you, or they, like, hit you at the last minute, like where you're about to die, then you just die and you don't get infected. So it's quite odd in a way. It's pretty apparent that, Gootraxians, they have a set behavior and, like, how they act. So, like, especially when you're looking at Kawaii Shark's bestiary at the bottom, it says, "Don't be fooled by its cute exterior, it is, but a facade. As soon as it can catch an opportunity to strike, it will take it." Therefore, like, showing how it grabs you, kind of like Panther does, so that means it's quite aggressive, right? Am I making sense? I don't know, I'm so sorry. Gootraxians are obviously related to some, especially like Fed and Shade. Like this from Shade's, bestiary listing. So similar to the Fed, this Gootrax is wolf-like, and it also says that like they have rubber shades, which is kind of off topic, but it's kind of interesting. And they say that this Gootrax developed the same way Fed did, but in a more safer space, and that shades aren't as aggressive. Also adding on to the fact that they all have like set behaviors in a way when they're kind of made, except for if a tryhard is playing as them. They also call Shades out for being dumb. Lol. There's also this, which shows that Gootraxes rely on other ones to, like, get stuff from them, like company, in this. When you play Kaiju Paradise, you play as a survivor and or subject. Either one is the same, whatever you want to call yourself. I don't really have much to say about this segment other than it's just kind of important to the lore, but there's not really much to say about it other than, hey, you're here to kill Gootraxes or become them, just for our testing purposes at Laminax, because we have nothing else better to do it with. Yup, that's all I can say. Sorry. What you're looking at right now is the flood. But some people call it the pools, like I did, but that's just not true. It's obviously a room that was flooded. This room was probably made to inhabit the sharks, or the sharks made it. What I mean by made it is they probably found some water somewhere and needed some place to go. And this was the place that they chose. Probably some old storage area, or a place where people would do combat training or something. In Kaiju Paradise's map, there's a lot of places probably made to inhabit specific Gootraxians, like the garden, the crystal cave, and, the pools. I mean, flood. Oh my god. I'm just gonna call it pools because that's easier. However, two very vital places to Kaiju Paradise lore is the elevator hub, which all seem to be busted or filled up with the protogen puddle. You're probably not getting out of there anytime soon, and these were probably busted for a reason. Limnax employees didn't want their subjects to get out, but I guess that backfired and they couldn't either. And the next very vital place to catch Paradise's lore is the sectors, aka the testing area, where scientists would test Gootraxes and just subjects. This probably has a lot of lore we haven't uncovered yet, which I think is very much needed. that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you liked watching. I worked very hard on this video, and it took me a little bit to get the research, so consider subscribing, and I may make a part 2 if I find anything else and this does good.